At their secluded cottage in Burlington County, New Jersey, Wen, 7, is on vacation with her adoptive parents, Eric and Andrew. Wen is approached by Leonard, a mysterious visitor, during her stay. Leonard explains that in order to preserve the planet, he needs Wen and her parents' assistance. While spending time together, they catch grasshoppers. 3 additional individuals arrive bearing homemade weapons, which makes Wen suspicious. Wen runs away to alert Eric and Andrew, but the strangers enter the cabin and tie them up, leaving Eric with a concussion. While claiming to have never met previously and to have no desire to hurt the family, Leonard and his companions Sabrina, Adrian, and Redmond have been driven to locate the family during the past week by visions and an unidentified force of their own. They are informed that while they will survive the end of the world, if they do not make a decision, they would be left as the only survivors. Eric and Andrew are convinced that the organization is lying and that the attack is motivated by hatred and delusion. The visitors perform a peculiar ritual in which they cover Redmond's head with a cloth and beat him to death with their swords when the family refuses to make a decision. Concussed Eric thinks he sees a bright figure as Redmond passes away. Leonard claims that the beginning of the end times can be seen in the television stories of terrible tsunamis. Andrew eventually comes to the conclusion that Redmond is really Jeff O'Bannon, a homophobe who assaulted him in a pub years ago and was sentenced to prison as a result. Andrew thinks O'Bannon found him in retaliation. Although they struggle with their guilt and wonder if Andrew is right, Leonard, Sabrina, and Adrian insist that they believe in their visions. They demonstrate how Redmond's passing momentarily postponed the end of the world. The next day, Adrian is sacrificed by the intruders since Eric and Andrew are unwilling to make a choice. The catastrophes keep happening as a pandemic spreads over the world. The guests were expecting pre-scheduled news programming, according to Andrew, who maintains that the disasters are coincidental. Sabrina explains how she and the other guests were compelled to find each other online, carry out specifics of their plan, like using their weapons, and move on even when they tried to resist. After escaping, Andrew finds his revolver in the car and begins shooting at Sabrina, forcing her to flee. Leonard is convinced that Andrew was Jeff when Andrew discovers Redmond's wallet. Andrew thinks the 4 arrived in a nearby truck and locks Leonard in the restroom since they were hurt during his attack and had their tires cut. Sabrina breaches the door, and Andrew injures her fatally. After tricking Andrew into entering the bathroom, Leonard assaults him and takes the revolver. Sabrina is still offered as a sacrifice by Leonard, and worldwide spontaneous plane crashes are being broadcast. When the sky darkens and lightning starts to set the land on fire, Leonard notices that their time is almost up and leads the 3 outside onto the back deck. Leonard warns them that they only have a short time to make a decision before it is too late before he slits his throat. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are each represented by one of the intruders. Eric now believes that the events are real. Eric offers to be the sacrifice since he doesn't want Wen to grow up in a world that has been destroyed. He claims to have seen a light before the aliens killed Redmond, and he also claims to have seen a future in which Wen is an adult and Andrew is still by her side. Eric believes that because their family's devotion was sincere, they were selected to sacrifice them. Next, Andrew kills Eric by shooting him with reluctance. The visitor's truck is located by Andrew and Wen, and it contains their things, supporting their claims. They proceed to a jam-packed diner nearby, where news headlines on the TV indicate that the catastrophes have receded and the world has been rescued. As the 2 head back into the world. As the 2 head back into the world,